Thank you for joining us on this Friday, October 25th. Live from the Beasley Media Complex in Boone, this is the Appalachian Weekly News. I'm Christina Beals.
And I'm Xanayra Marin-Lopez. App State's Black and Gold Convocation will no longer be held next fall because of low attendance and disruption to teaching schedules for professors. Associate Vice Chancellor Megan Hayes wrote in an email that the event will be replaced by a similar program during Welcome Weekend in 2020. Provost Dale Kruger announced this at the last Faculty Senate meeting after hearing overwhelming feedback from colleagues, though no plans have been set.
In time for ringing in the flu season, local health services are now offering flu shots for Boone residents. Margaret Baumgartner is the Administrative Director for MS Shook Health Services. She said health services treated 558 flu cases last year and has already seen 153 cases this year. Brent Henderson manages Boone Drugs Pharmacy. He encourages students to get vaccinated. Health services allow students to get the shot by swiping their app cards. Boone Drug, Walgreens, and CVS offer $0 copay with most insurance. Flu shots are available daily for appointments or walk-ins until 6 p.m. at Walgreens and CVS. Boone Drug offers shots Monday through Friday from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. and 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. on Saturdays.
The Scholars with Diverse Abilities program at App State is losing its funding. Our correspondent Anna Muckenfuss has the story.
I'm here at the College of Ed, where the Scholars with Diverse Abilities program works to help students with disabilities get an education. But all of this could go away by next fall.
The Scholars with Diverse Abilities program at App State is an inclusive program that helps students with intellectual and developmental disabilities have access to a 2-year college experience. SDAP is funded through a 5-year grant through the Department of Education. Anna Ward, the director of the program, says funding for SDAP will run out by next fall. Ward says if they are unable to continue the program, they will have to shut down or limit the number of students to a smaller number.
Through the grant, we've managed to really improve our student outcomes as far as their feelings of confidence and success, and employability is a big thing that we've been looking at.
Tyler Shore, a freshman student in SDAP, says he has learned about self-advocacy and careers while in the program.
I would feel sad if we would not have the program here because I like SDAP. SDAP is a great program. I like taking classes in College of Ed.
Emma Miller, a sophomore in SDAP, says her life would be different without the program.
My personal independence especially. Like I was very dependent on my mom, a lot before coming here in general.
Ward says anyone interested in helping the program can talk to the legislature or even make change here on campus by talking to professors and the school administration. For the Appalachian Weekly News, I'm Anna Muckenfuss.
A local nonprofit looks to do something about the struggles Boone residents face with mental health. Founder Kat Dolan started the organization called Out of Your Mind after she was diagnosed with depression, anxiety, and panic attacks. 1 in 5 U.S. adults experience mental illness each year, according to the National Alliance on Mental Illness. Dolan says that she sees a huge gap between suffering and seeking formal therapy. She emphasizes that the program is not group therapy, but instead is a space for people to talk about their struggles. Dolan says the foundation is a creative approach to mental health. Working with local artists and entrepreneurs have become a large part of the organization's events. Anyone interested in joining can attend a hike on Summit Trail at Elk Knob State Park tomorrow, October 26th from 2 to 5 p.m. For more information, visit their website at www.outofyourmind.us.
Student workers in the Belk Library say they're underpaid. Upon employment, students earn the minimum wage, which is $7.25 in North Carolina. As workers gain experience, they get an annual 25-cent hourly wage increase. During summer 2019, library student supervisors formed a subcommittee to create a new proposal for giving library assistants better compensation. The proposal was shared with the UNC system on August 6th. Matthew Brody is the UNC system's Senior Vice President of Human Resources. He says he told App State that until the school adopts a 2-year budget plan, there is a temporary freeze on wage increases.
The High Country Breast Cancer Foundation is hosting its 3rd annual High Country Walk/Run for breast cancer tomorrow, October 26th. Irene Sawyer is the founder of the High Country Breast Cancer Foundation and a breast cancer survivor. The support from her community in her battle with breast cancer inspired and motivated her to start the foundation.
We have over 400 walkers registered already, and to just be able to see a community come out and celebrate survivors and help people locally, it just means the world to me. I'm hoping that this year we raise over $50,000. I checked in with my treasurer. I think we're already at that goal. So the sky's the limit, and I have to thank the community for their support.
100% of the money raised will go towards families in the community affected by breast cancer. The 5K will meet at the American Legion in Blowing Rock. For more information, visit their website at www.highcountrybreastcancerfoundation.org.
Even before ski season gets into full swing, Appalachian Ski Mountain is already busy preparing. Our correspondent, Katie Garceron, has the story.
Appalachian Ski Mountain prepares for their upcoming season with their annual Swap and Sale event. Madison Bone is an employee at App Ski Mountain. She says the event helps clear out last year's supplies to prepare for a new season of fun.
The event is our preseason sale. So our preseason sale goes on in October every single year. We take all of our equipment and leftover stuff from last season. So it's anywhere between like 2015 equipment to 2019, and we put it in the sale at like 60 or 70% off.
The event lasted 10 days. People came from all over for the sale, some coming from places as far as Virginia. Brenda Moritz Speckman is one of the owners and vice president of App Ski Mountain. She says the event is crucial in getting people excited about the winter season.
The best thing about this sale is it gets people to start thinking about the winter and getting rid of old gear. We also have a ski and snowboard swap where 2 weeks previous to our sale, we accept your used equipment, and whatever sells with that equipment, you get a credit to use in our shop.
As the winter season approaches, skiers and snowboarders alike get excited to shred the slopes with their new gear. For the Appalachian Weekly News, I'm Katie Garceron.
An App State senior helped to write the Girls' Bill of Rights. The document outlines specific rights for women written for girls by girls. Ashlyn Stone says she found out about the opportunity through her position as vice president of the nonprofit She's the First. That organization seeks to advocate for education among all women.
I think the hopeful outcome was just to kind of make a statement, especially for girls. I think from the age 13 to 22, our voices aren't necessarily as respected, and a lot of times they're limited. So I think just making a statement that, yeah, we deserve rights, we deserve to be heard, we deserve health, we deserve education, and standing up to like our government, standing up to people in our own society that don't respect that within their culture.
On October 17th, the Sexuality and Gender Alliance partnered with Foggy Pine Books to host biannual Queer Lit Night. The event highlights about 30 books by LGBT authors every semester. The Literature Night started when App State alumnus Dalton Perry partnered with Foggy Pine's owner to create a space to discuss LGBT literature. Owner Mary Ruthless said all of the books discussed are written by queer authors and discuss issues pertaining to the LGBT community.
3 App State service groups traded their fall break for a service trip. The trip is offered by a campus organization called Appalachian and Community Together, also known as ACT. Students help with causes that deal with human trafficking, women's rights, child autism, and abused animal rehabilitation. The trips are offered by as alternative service experiences. They are peer-led domestic and international service trips offered by the ACT organization each fall, winter, and spring break. For more information on how you can get involved, visit the ACT office in the Plemons Student Union at room 134.
Floats rolled their way down King Street last week for the annual Homecoming Parade. Other homecoming festivities included lip sync, the Nearly Naked Mile, and of course, the big game.
On September 6th, we reported that Kidd Brewer Stadium started selling alcohol. Over a month later, our correspondent Rachel Greeland has the updated story.
In June, Governor Roy Cooper signed House Bill 389 allowing for the sale of alcohol in UNC System's athletic facilities. At Appalachian State, many tailgaters assumed the newest addition to concessions would lead to a large influx of profits for the university.
Having the ability to get a drink while you're in the stadium is not a bad thing, and it creates a lot of revenue for the university.
But Joey Jones, a communications director for App State Athletics, said profits are marginal.
We've been pleased with the sales, but it hasn't been just a dramatic, huge turnout of beer sales that will somehow, spike our revenues. We realize that it's going to be kind of a minor revenue generating thing, but more so that it's an in-stadium amenity that we can give fans.
Now, more than ever, Police Chief Andy Stevenson said the beer sales have highlighted the complications of an outgrown stadium.
The biggest decline is the crowding that it's causing in our concourses in the stadium during the event. Those lines get pretty long. There are actually a lot of points of sale, but the lines are causing people to stand out in the middle of the concourses with other people trying to walk through, combined with the regular concession stands that we had.
Until App State can nail down concession lines, students will just have to wait. For the Appalachian Weekly News, I'm Rachel Greenland.
Now it's time to check in on sports with Matthew Cosgrove.
Speaking of beer, the App State football team is now 21 in the nation. For the first time in Sun Belt Conference and school history, the Associated Press football poll has ranked the Mountaineers 21, its highest ranking ever. The ranking comes on the heels of dishing out an absolute shellacking homecoming weekend at Kid Brewer Stadium. Our reporter Justin Lundy has a first-hand account of the game.
Happy game day and happy homecoming weekend to everyone. This is the best time to be a Mountaineer. This past Thursday, we beat Louisiana Lafayette 17-7. And this past Sunday, we finally got ranked number 24 in the nation on the AP polls, the highest ranking of any Sun Belt football team in college football history.
Appalachian State's head coach Drinkwitz keeps repeating the same message every week to his football team. Do it better than it has ever done before. Well, the message got across after dismantling UL Monroe on Saturday. The Mountaineers 6-0 overall, 3-0 in the Sun Belt Conference, are now number 21 on the AP Top 25 poll. They're the first Sun Belt Conference member to remain nationally ranked in back-to-back weeks. It was a strong day for Zach Thomas, who tied a career high with 4 total touchdowns. On top of finding Thomas Hennigan, Colin Reed, and Darrington Evans for trips to the end zone, he also pieced together a 32-yard run that helped set up Reed's second quarter touchdown. At halftime, the team came off the field and student and faculty leaders took center stage. Student body president Dejan Milborn and vice president Michael Davis were proud of how homecoming weekend was shaping up.
Yep, I was out there. I went to lip sync on Thursday. Yesterday we were at the parade, had a good time. Oktoberfest, really good time.
Yeah, John and I were in the parade, and then we went to the Willie Fleming scholarship reception after, so we had a really good time. We were really busy yesterday. We really enjoyed it.
After a selection of music by the App State Marching Band, the 8 nominees for Top of the Rock came onto the field. Appalachian Educator's very own Nia Robinson was crowned the 2019 Top of the Rock and was lost for words when she won.
Was it a surprise to win?
Yeah, it really was. These amazing, different, the 8 other candidates are so awesome. They're really amazing, and I mean, they're awesome people, so I didn't even know. But yeah, I'm grateful.
After halftime, the Mountaineers came back on the field and took care of business by not allowing UL Monroe to score a single point in the second half. The Mountaineers went on to beat Louisiana Monroe 52-7. Zach Thomas finished the day with 214 passing yards. Darrington Evans added another 177 yards of scrimmage and 2 touchdowns to help Appalachian State extend the nation's 3rd longest winning streak to 12 games. Next week, the Mountaineers are paying the University of South Alabama a visit while ranked 21st in the nation, with the hopes of keeping their winning streak alive. In Kid Brewer Stadium and for the Appalachian Weekly News, I'm Justin Lundy.
Like was said, App State will look to continue its historic year against the Jaguars of South Alabama, who have 1 win this season. South Alabama's only win this season was a 23-point victory over subdivision opponent Jackson State. The Jaguars give up 30 points per game and over 400 yards on defense. The Mountaineers will need a win against the Jaguars to keep the hopes of a New Year's Six Bowl alive. New Year's Six Bowls are the top 6 NCAA Division I football subdivision bowl games, one of which being the Cotton Bowl. As of now, the Mountaineers are positioned to earn a bid to play in that bowl. The last game of this series took place last year in Boone. It resulted in a dominant 52-7 App State win. Quarterback Zach Thomas opened the game with a 59-yard rushing touchdown on the game's first series, which turned into a 4-touchdown day for then sophomore with 2 rushing and 2 passing touchdowns. Look for the same thing Saturday, only with a different star. Look for Darrington Evans to continue his success against this atrocious run defense. The App State running back is excelling in his first full year as a starter. The junior running back is third in the nation in all-purpose yards, and Evans also seems to be a fan of horror movies the way he's been slashing and gashing defenses in the running game. Though through 6 games, Evans has 10 rushing touchdowns and is averaging 112.7 rushing yards per game. South Alabama, they give up an average of 203 rushing yards per game and is among one of the lowest rushing defenses in the nation, while App State ranks as among one of the highest rushing offenses. Look for the Mountaineers to run the football early and often. My prediction, an absolute bludgeoning by the Mountaineers, and we'll be changing the channel at halftime, or if you're like me, cramming for an exam. Everyone have a happy Halloween. I'm Matt Cosgrove. That's sports. Roll Nears. What are you ladies going to be for Halloween?
Well,
Probably something black and gold.
yeah, there is a game that day, so we'll be wearing black and gold, being an App State student.
Thank you, Matt. And now it's time for your High Country High Note. The 3rd annual Community Feast creates opportunities for Boone residents to share stories about sustainable food while minimizing waste and maximizing local food sourcing. The event is hosted by Apple Fresh, a group of faculty and students interested in sustainable food systems. Charlie Wallen is the Assistant Director of Campus Dining. He says the goals of the event are simple.
The whole idea was to have the community come together, just share, just break bread just like you used to around a table, enjoying conversation, enjoying good food, and just having a great time. There's baked potatoes, sweet potatoes, all the toppings that are out on the tables. Then other groups bring toppings, they sponsor tables, and everybody just sits and has a good conversation.
Along with local potatoes, greens, and apple pie were served. And that's our report this week. I'm Christina Beals.
And I'm Xanayra Marin-Lopez. For all of us at the Appalachian Weekly News, thank you all for watching. We'll see you next time.